Good day and welcome back to another week of Talking Technical. And thank you for all the requests that we do receive. And first of all, we went to the Cape over the long weekend and there was plenty of water. And I thought that it's only in our little town, Vosburg, that the internet can mess around if the rain is bad. But the whole of the Cape, guys, sorry for you, but the internet was terrible there. But at least we are back. And let's kick off straight away. For the first chart that we're going to look at is Durban Road. That is now the 50-day moving average. It just shows you that the momentum is still clearly to the downside. I want to show you that we are trapped within an ugly descending channel here. Let's have a look here. And let's go that side there. You will also see there you are. And this channel is slowly but surely working its way into a falling wedge. Now we know that a falling wedge is definitely a formation that can give you a beautiful relief bounce. But for me, the big key issue here is, first of all, look at my stochastic is nice and low, but we are in this descending channel. And where will be the first signal of strength? And that will be, let's have a look, only above that candle. And that's almost in the middle of that channel. And the reason why I'm doing that is simply because I don't want to see if I can maybe catch a falling star. If you want to catch the falling star, wait at this support line. That support line waits at 15 Rand and 70 cents. At 15 Rand 70 cents, yes, you can maybe buy some of it and then use a stop loss of 15.23. But for me, on the technical side, I will only get excited if it gets above 17 Rand and 36 cents. Above 17 Rand 36, we can maybe see a beautiful relief bounce. And for me, it's quite simple. Above 17.36, we can head to 17.69. There you are, 17.88. And then work all the way up to this 50-day moving average. But I've got an idea that this 50-day moving average is slowly but surely going to end up exactly at this resistance line. And this resistance line is only waiting at 18 Rand and 60 cents. And above 18 Rand 60, you will see that this channel can break to the upside. And then we can maybe see a beautiful bounce up to 21.23 if it plays out to the top. So it's either one of two things. Either you buy when this resistance line break, use a stop loss of 16.33, or you buy it right at the bottom and use that tight stop loss that I gave you guys. But the big thing is this 50-day moving average. While we're below this 50-day moving average, it is negative and it looks like that the momentum is to the downside. But what I like is look at the stochastic. This stochastic is slowly but surely finding a bottom here. And the reason why I'm saying that, have a look here. You will see that there's a beautiful divergence here. There's the divergence. The divergence is telling you that if the stochastic can bounce from here, it can maybe surprise you to the upside, because on the other way, we've seen in the past, the moment the stochastic on Durban Road is quite nice and low, we see a beautiful bounce. There you are, you can see it there. Even there, it worked a while at the bottom, and then suddenly it gave a beautiful relief bounce to the top. Let's have a look at the S&P 500. And everybody is very negative on the S&P 500, and everybody is telling us that the simple reason is that the market is just doing exactly what everybody was looking at. It was overpriced, and we are sitting here on a head and shoulder formation. And I always watch out for head and shoulder formations because it is negative formations. There's the left shoulder, there's the massive head, there's the right shoulder, and we are now below this right shoulder. But there's something that I also want to show you. Look at this stochastic. Look at the stochastic before around 18 August. It gave you this little bounce to the top out of that stochastic, and exactly it came down and made the right shoulder. And I think if we can get above this neckline, we can maybe see a squeeze to the top. And that neckline sits exactly at 4,342. And out of this stochastic, I think we can see a relief bounce and maybe close this gap on the evening chart. And that gap is between 7,000, yeah, sorry, not 7,000, 4,375 and 4,401. I think if this gap then closes, you must be careful, because then we can maybe see this head and shoulder formation find some more momentum to the downside. But while it is below this neckline at 4,340, the momentum is to the downside. Dear oh dear, if it plays out, where can it take the S&P 500? I just want to show you the conservative target. Can you believe it? There you are. Will be 4,192. And if it play out in full, where can it take it to? Let's have a look here. There you are. It can take the S&P 500 all the way down to 4,132. But for me, I think that this low stochastic, and if we can see a little bit of a bounce above this neckline, you can see a short squeeze to close this gap. So be careful, because if this neckline turns into a support, there will be some buyer getting into it. And then if you do want to participate, use a stop loss of 4,301 and use this as your target, because then we can maybe close that gap. Let's have a look at the Hang Seng. I mean, this is the dark of the market. If you look at the Hang Seng, everybody tells you that it can just go down. And for me, the other very interesting thing on the Hang Seng is that people are telling you that the property sector there is under immense pressure. Same here, stochastic at the bottom. It actually wants to give you a little bit of a divergence here. Look at that. And that makes me nervous, just to say that the market will take it lower. There you are. There's a divergence on the stochastic. That usually tells you that there is maybe some momentum building to the upside. And what do we see? We see an ugly falling wedge here. And we're way below the 50-day moving average, so things are still looking very nasty. There you are. Let's just show you here. There you are. And we are testing exactly this support line. So for me, out of this stochastic, first sign of strength will be above this little resistance there. Let's give you that resistance. There you are. Above 17,718, we can maybe see the first sign of strength. The falling wedge will break to the top above 17,890, and it can maybe take it all the way up to 18,410, and maybe go back to test this 18,629. So that's about it. If we want to look at the bounce in the Hang Seng index, I personally think that we maybe see a bit of a relief bounce. In actual fact, I think most of the markets has been hammered in such a way that we can maybe see a tiny little relief bounce. Let's have a look at Richemont. Now, Richemont is one of those favorite shares of the world. In actual fact, with our market as well. There's it. When we showed there to the top, the trend line broke, and what did we see? All the way down. But now suddenly, look at this stochastic, also rock bottom. You can see it, but I like this little chart here. This little maybe hammer is telling us that there is maybe something on the boil here. Why? Because we've got an ugly breakaway gap here. And for me, first sign of strength, remember, this is now a speculative view. It's not a long-term view, because only above that little line, and that is above 2,320 and 5 cents, we can maybe see this share bounce 2,320 and 5. We can maybe see this share to close the gap between 2,346 all the way up to 2,392. Where's my stop loss? My stop loss sitting at 2,705 and 68. And I think that will give us a beautiful relief bounce. But also, just out of the stochastic, so oversold at the moment, we can see maybe a little bit of a bounce. And I'm not surprised with all the selling that we've seen here. There's also a falling wedge developed here. There you are. Let's just do this, and you will quickly see what I'm showing you. There's the falling wedge, classic falling wedge, right at the bottom. It's interesting that we showed it at the other charts as well. So for me, a nibble there. Stick to your stop loss. First target is the gap, and maybe if we're lucky, we go to this resistance line at 2,510 rand. Well, thank you for watching the show. We'll chat again. Visit our website www.fransdeclerc.com for more info, and we will chat again.